Hey everybody, welcome back. Today Zorin has released a new patch for Zorin OS 17. So we're going to take a look at it and see what it has to offer. The latest one was 16, so now we're moving up to 17. So we're going to take a look at it and see what it has to offer. So I have the ISO loaded up on a virtual machine, so let's go ahead and run through the installer and get it installed so we can take a look at Zorin OS 17. And here we are at the installer. I can do try Zorin OS or install Zorin OS. I'm gonna just go straight to the install. And our language keyboard layout is selected as English US. And we're being prompted for some updates and other software. 2 are already checked. I'm going to click Don't Participate in the Census. And click Continue. Alright, installation type, erase disk and install Zorin OS. I'll just leave that default. Continue. Location is selected automatically as Los Angeles. That's correct. They continue. Now let me get a user. And let me give this user a strong and complicated password. And I'll set it to log in automatically. Like I said before in the past, if I was installing this on bare metal, I wouldn't select this option. But since I'm doing it on a virtual machine, I always select login automatically just to make it easier and flow through the video. Alright, we are installing, and we're at that point where this process usually takes between 5 and 10 minutes. So I'll pause the video, and when we come back, we should be ready to boot into the new system. Installation is now completed, so I'm going to go ahead and click on Restart Now to reboot the system into the new Zorin OS 17. Alright, we are rebooted and onto the Zorin OS system. Now right here it's showing 16.3. But it's supposed to be version 17, so yeah, I don't know what's going on there. But one of the first things I want to do is fix this as a resolution here. So let me open up the settings, find display. Let's try here, display. 1920 by 1080. Where are you? Right at the top. And I'll keep this configuration. All right. So now we can take a look at the welcome to Zorin OS. Like I said, right here it says 16.3, but the ISO I downloaded was 17. All right, start tour. Okay, open the menu to launch apps. Okay, we know how to do that. Choose your desktop look with Zorin appearance. Speed may be limited in the virtual machine. Yeah, we know that. Use software to find and install apps. That's it. We hope that you enjoy Zorin OS. To get more advice and tips, see the help page on our website. And that was your welcome screen. And Zorin uses its own desktop, but it's just another modified Gnome system. So we'll start off with our panel, looking at the system tray. At the far right, we have our date and time. And clicking on it, as usual, opens up a calendar. And next to that, we have our presentation mode. And next to that, we have our audio settings where we have volume rockers and media players. And next to that, we have a notification manager. And the last thing on our system tray is going to be our connections manager. So network connections. Then on the left side of the panel, we have our pinned applications. So we have a software updater, software, file manager, and Firefox web browser. So the software updater, I don't think this is a pinned package. I think it's an open program. Yeah. So I think once I close this, it'll just go away. And it does. Yeah. So the only pinned apps right here are going to be the software manager, the file manager, and the web browser. And then this right here is going to be your application launcher. So let's take a look at our software manager. And click on Let's Go Shopping. Put this in the center like. And let's see what we're getting Flatpak metadata for FlatHub. So it's doing a few updates before it opens up. It always does this the first time you open up your software manager, so expect it to be a little slow. Then of course you can always just open up your terminal and sudo apt install whatever program you want to install. But we live in a day and age of everything having to run out of a UI, so which is nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's fine as long as it does what it needs to do. It's okay. So about software 3.36.1, a nice way to manage the software on your system. All right, so Catman, what is this? It's like a bootleg Pac-Man. All right, so let's see if we got VLC around. I'll go ahead and install VLC. Again, it's taking its time. Let's see, is VLC showing up? Everything but VLC is going to show up. Either that or my eyes missed it. Let's go back up, slow it down a bit. No VLC here. All right, let's do Audacity. We'll install it. And while that's installing, we'll go ahead and take a look at our file manager. And the file manager here, I think it's files, but we'll see. Oh no, it's Thunar. Okay, Thunar 4.16.8. And Thunar usually you find it on Xfce, but then again, you know, it's Linux. You can put whatever you want, wherever you want. And next to that, we have our web browser. And it opens up the Zorin search. We want to see the version that we're running, so 115.0.2. It's the canonical version, so it's probably a snap. You know what? Let's see. Even right here, it tells you Zorin OS 17 has arrived, and that's the one that I thought I downloaded. But let me look over here again. So you click on Zorin OS, download Zorin OS. I know what I did wrong. Okay, I downloaded the Lite, which is 16.3, but I gotta go back and get the core. So I'm gonna pause the video now. And when I come back, I'm going to skip through the installation and all that and get right back to Firefox. You're not going to notice the difference. I'm going to edit it on my end. But yeah, I downloaded Lite and I didn't notice it was 16.3. But what I want to check out is Zorin OS 17. So I'm going to pause the video and you won't even notice it. And when I come back, I'll be on Firefox. Okay, we are rebooted down onto the new system. As you can see here, it says welcome to Zorin OS 17. So I am on the proper one now. I'm not gonna redo the tour, or maybe I should, just in case there's, well, let me go through it. If there is something different, I'll just edit it out. So that looks the same, same. Ah, this is different. Link your phone and computer with Zorin Connect. That's the same. And that's it. All right, well, just one little difference. So let me go ahead and fix the display again. Get our 1920 by 1080. Click on apply. Keep changes. And we'll go ahead and get out of that. And we'll get out of that. And the last thing we were watching was Firefox. And I believe it was 115.0.2, but we'll take a look at this one and see if anything changed with the version. And I noticed this one doesn't open up with the Zorin start page. It opens up with a regular Firefox. And this one it does have the updated Firefox 121.0. And it's not that canonical one either. Alright, so now we're on Zorin OS 17. So let's get some info on Zorin. Make your computer better, faster. Zorin OS is an alternative to Windows and Mac OS designed to make your computer faster, more powerful, secure, and privacy respecting. Alright. And like I said right here, Zorin OS 17 has arrived. Our most advanced version ever. Exciting new features and improvements take your computer to a whole new level. Well, we'll be the judge of that. And if you want to read up on it, just you can go to their webpage and they have the blog set up and they give you all the info. And yeah, see, like right here, you got what's new, universal search and other improvements to the Zorin menu. All right, well, we're looking at it now, so we'll get to see for ourselves. The one thing that I do notice is this is more like a Gnome system now. See where the power session, the volume, and the network manager is all just one button like Gnome. So that did change down here in the system tray. And then the date and time is its own, but it's also the Gnome one. So yeah, subtle differences. And then over here we have, not sure what this is. I guess just a desktop chooser. So we'll go on that desktop or back to this desktop. So this is your workspaces, basically. But now let's take a look at our applications. And you can see right here, it almost looks like the whisker menu, or even almost looks like a cinnamon. But like I said, it's a modified Gnome system that Zorin OS uses. And you have your sections like accessories, graphics, internet, office, sound and video, system tools, and utilities. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the software manager again. I think I was downloading some, can't remember what it was. I think it was an audio app. So let's see. Let me just do a search for VOC. There it is. And we'll just go ahead and install this in the background. I don't think on the other system it never asked me for my password, and it looks like right here it's not asking me for a password either. So, all right. So back to the menu right here. Let's see, on the accessories we have files, text editor, and weather. Let's take a look at our text editor, which is going to be gedit, I believe. Yep, gedit 41.0. And then on the graphics, let's see, what do we have? Image viewer, photos. So it's just a simple image viewer. image viewer, the Gnome image viewer, 42.0. And under Internet, we have Firefox and Remina. We already saw Firefox. And now let's check out Office. They have the LibreOffice suite, so any programs that you have that work with Microsoft Office should work on here. VLC is now installed. All right, we'll get back to you. And on the About, we have LibreOffice 7.6.4.1. All right, let's go ahead and open up VLC. And as you can see right here, all your basic functions, nothing changed. And on the About, 3.0.20, veterinary. All right, back to the applications menu. Sound and video, we just took a look at VLC. Now let's take a look at Rhythmbox, which is our music player. And if you had any music, you would either go to your queue, go to your music folder, or even if you had a stream links, or you could even do some radio. And on the version, this is Rhythmbox 3.4.4, music management and playback software for Gnome. You'll find this on Gnome, Linux, Mint, a lot of distributions. All right, and then under System Tools, so there's the tour. So if I wanted to take a tour, you got Startup Applications, Software Manager, Settings. Well, what do I want to take a look at? Let's see what the settings has to offer. We have an About on the settings, and device name, hardware, memory, processor, graphics, and then you see right here in the OS name, ZorinOS 17.core, and they're using Wayland. And there's a lot of drama between Wayland and Xorg right now. All right, that's your system settings. So if you wanted to, get to your network, your Bluetooth, backgrounds, notifications, there's a lot of stuff right here. Display, power settings, keyboard and mouse, printers, removable media, region, language, users, default applications, all that right here in your system settings. It's all on the left side menu. All right. Now let's look at utilities. And you got your utilities in this spot, but I want to take a look at our terminal. And our terminal is going to be the Gnome terminal, I believe. And it is Gnome terminal version 3.44.0 for Gnome 42. Okay, now let's see if we have NeoFetch installed by default. We do not, so as usual, I'll do a sudo apt install. And this shouldn't take long at all. And we are done. Clear this out, and we'll start off as usual with HTOP. Using 1.4 gigs. Task at 119. Load average 0.57, 0.94, 0.57. And that is HTOP. Now NeoFetch. And NeoFetch right here, you also see Zorin OS, kernel 6.2, resolution 1920 by 1080, desktop environment, Gnome. It's a modified Gnome, but it's still Gnome. nonetheless. All right, that's your terminal and your resources. Now let's get into Zorin appearance. So right here you have your layouts. Let me open up the folder so I can do comparisons. So layouts will basically change mainly like the panel and the way your desktop is set up. So right now the one that's highlighted is this one. That's what we're on. So kind of similar if you see that. And this one seems to be similar too, but I think the panel gets just a little smaller. Then you got a more traditional Gnome type. Well, actually, this is the more traditional Gnome type. And then this one right here is also like something like between Gnome and Budgie. Yep. So you can see how that works. And I'll just go back to the regular one. And now under themes, of course right here, basically you'll just change your accent colors. So if I pick green, see how the icons change green and then the highlights change green? Same thing for every color on here. Just clicking on it will change the highlight and accent colors. I'll leave it on the purple. And then right here, your background theme. And so right now I believe it's set to this one, but if you want to be a dark theme, there it is there. And then this one right here, depending on your hours, say like at 6 a.m. it'll turn into a light theme, and then at night it'll turn it to a dark theme. But I'll just stick with that. Then you can change effects, interface, desktop, fonts, things like that. And now the last thing we'll check out is our wallpapers. So right clicking on the screen, you can see right here, change background. And make this smaller, drag it to the side, and simple one click. Changes your theme, your background, I mean. All right, simple and straightforward. I'll just leave it there and be done with it. All right, this is Zorin OS 17. It's the latest snapshot. If you want to go ahead and take a look at it, I'll have the homepage and download link in the video description. And you can do as you please with it. All right, well, that's going to do it for me. I'll check you guys out on the next one. And I'm out.